Welcome back to HPL. We're at the PvP Live Studios in Frisco, Texas, and we just saw who won again? Who'd you have?
I picked Jab to win the match.
Yeah, but Dog moved to 1-0 here against Jab, picking up game one of Grim Patron Warrior against Jab's Druid deck that had a pretty sweet opener.
Yeah, I mean, double Innervate Ancient Allure on turn 3. Wasn't able to close the game afterwards, though, largely on the back of Dog picking up 2 executes later in the game to take out 2 Ancient of Wars. What a massive swing in that one. What did you guys think of that game, though? You can get out there on Twitter, use that hashtag HPL, and let us know whether or not did Dog get a little bit lucky in that one? I think he played it pretty great. I mean, he was very deep into his deck at that point, very likely to pick up 2
least one
executes. Plus, very high likelihood he had Shield Slam in his deck. We saw the shield block in his hand as well. So, plenty of options, I think, for him to be able to remove some of these larger minions. But,
where do you think it goes from here? Where do you think they move?
Well, I think Jab's going to continue to queue up mid-range. We've seen him do that over and over again, and the fact that Dog opened up with Warrior here, I mean, I think Jab's going to continue to do stuff like Harrison Jones as well, but we're going to find out what they're doing.
Lock or anything is a possibility?
It's a possibility, but game 2 is getting underway right now. We'll get up Dog's perspective for you as soon as we can, but Jab, he's running back Druid.
Yeah, not surprised at all here from Druid. I mean, from Jab playing Druid.
Yeah, he's had such a fantastic record with it so far in HPL. And Dog looking like, with a turn 2
I think he's playing Freeze Mage.
It's definitely a possibility with a turn 2 hero power and pass it over because,
we saw him try this out, I think it was last week against Super.
Yeah,
I think it was last week against Super JJ. And Super JJ really punished him with Control Warrior.
Yeah, we're going to see how Jab wants to handle this too. We saw Purple when he played in this match, he didn't use Silence on these Acolytes of Pains, was saving those for Doomsayers. Jab understands this gameplay as well, wants to get pressure on the board, says, you know what, Dog, you have all the cards you want. I'm going to start punching in the face.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to push through damage before they really get set up. You don't want them to have high life totals when they start sitting behind their secrets.
Yeah, so Jab needs a 5-drop here to pick up. Shade Next Ramus could be good enough to get the job done, and I think at this point, when he...
Yeah, he's just going to Wrath here. It has such little value. The Wraths in this game have such little value in this matchup because later in the match, later in this game, he's probably going to have to Wrath his own minions for one just to draw cards.
Yeah, 4 points of damage going to the Dome. Dog, though, we'll see his hand just as soon as we can, but Arcade Intellect, he's picking up a lot of extra cards now.
And this client bug is quite annoying.
Yeah, so Mad Scientist is going to be added to the board, and Jab, I have to believe he's going to go with a 5-10 here. I think I really want to see a 10-5, but he doesn't want to leave it vulnerable to something like Fireball.
Yeah, you don't want to just trade it for a 4-mana spell and Fireball or Frostbolt, hero power.
Yeah, 5-10 health is just so important on that card. 10-5 needs to
unveil the Shade. Let's just get some damage in. Yeah,
I think so as well.
Punch him in the face.
If he wants to use Frostbolt on the Shade, it's not being used on either your 5-10 or your piloted Shredder, so both of those I think totally fine from your position, and Dog gonna have to find a way to start diffusing this situation. If he's got something like Blizzard in his hand, this turn's looking pretty good for it.
Yeah, this would be a great turn for Blizzard. He could definitely start setting up stuff like Flame Strike going forward as well. But, he's probably going to have to run this...
he has to take something to do with defensive measure here because, Jab's hand actually can just deal 19 points of damage next turn. Yeah, there's the Frostbolt going to stifle some of this pressure.
Like we said, though, I think Jab's actually somewhat okay with that Frostbolt taking care of the Shade of Next Ramus there.
He's going to play Doomsayer. This is going to...
I like this play from Dog here,
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, this will force a Keeper of the Grove from Jab unless that, for some reason, is enough damage. 5-9 looks like 15-16 to me.
Just short.
Wow, can you imagine if he has Swipe with that?
This would have been a very quick game if he had Swipe this turn.
Very quick. Actually, 1 damage off lethal with the Keeper of the Grove.
What do you do if you're Jab? Do you just Keeper this Doomsayer?
Yeah, I think you just silence it and then keep pushing forward from where this board position was. Honestly, I don't think Savage War is that bad here either. It does set Dog very low in life total. I have to wonder why he didn't pull this Mad Scientist into this 5-10 and try to get something going from there. And Jab is thinking that exact same thing. Why didn't you use your Mad Scientist?
Yeah, are all your secrets in your hand?
Yeah, I don't want to see him trade here at all, though. I think he's totally fine with the way this board pressure is right now. The last thing you want to be doing is giving Dog extra health and pulling cards out of his deck.
You should be punching here.
Yeah, he's going to just Savage War straight away. I can't blame him for this either. This will put a lot of pressure on Dog now. He's going to be sitting himself at a very low life total and having to fend off a ton of pressure. Blizzard, Frost Nova, those don't stop what Jab's doing right now.
Yeah, this is great. Getting him to 4 is actually a big deal here. You got to get him really low to where you start proccing secrets. And so when this starts happening, you need to be able to utilize Swipe in a good way. This makes Swipe lethal every time, so you can start proccing secrets very well.
Yeah, so Loot Hoarder picking up a card here. Mad Scientist, I mean, maybe he didn't, trade off the Mad Scientist because he's got all the secrets in his hand. That's a possibility right now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. You see him play one here.
Yeah, so. I think he's trying to manipulate it so that way he makes sure he gets Ice Barrier off of this
one. The exact one, yeah.
Yeah, and there's Fireball take this out. But Jab, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He is going to be able to pop Ice Block this turn.
Yeah, he's got this double force of nature. So you're going to see him push through this ice block and this ice barrier, really setting Dog far behind here. He has to recover a ton of health and this board over the next turn.
Yeah, even going to be able to set Dog down to 1 with the way he can divide up his damage right now. And, you know, that's not the spot that Dog wants to be in, I can promise you. Every single time that the hero power is going to be lethal, that's the last thing you want. A lot of pressure on Dog to start getting things done here. And, I mean, this is looking really bad considering that Jab has more direct damage in his hand between Force Nature and Druid of the Claw. Yeah,
he's got a ton on the charge minions. He does have 2 swipes left as well. Dog is in a very bad spot from here.
Yeah, we're going to have to see exactly if he can stave off this pressure, but with 8 mana, you know, no Alexstrasza available. Going to have more secrets in his hand if he wants to get it done. He's going to lead with Arcane Intellect.
That's a bad sign for him.
That's a really bad sign for him. I mean, this is does have a secret to protect himself, but once again, you know, I think Jab is just going to go for the dome here and really put Dog to the test. I think he's going to start with his Keeper of the Grove attack and then evaluate afterwards. This is a really tough position for Dog. Jab has just been firing all game with pressure, pressure, pressure.
Yeah, now he's in a great spot. Both these ice blocks are gone, and all of his hero powers are lethal from here on out. Plus, if he needs to, he can start drawing cards with Ancient of Lore later to find a swipe without attacking, because if Dog plays another secret, he can gain 8 life that way. Yeah. Now, he might charge his Druid of the Claw and take care of this.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. He has to take this Doomsayer off the board, wants to keep as much pressure as possible, and he finds himself at 28 with 2 armor right now. Dog is going to have massive backup to this game if he wants to win it.
Yeah, let's say Alexstrasza, this Force of Nature killing
that's
here,
not going to be enough. He's going to be at 15, but with 17 points of damage available for Jab, he's going to quickly tie up this series. This is not the matchup that Dog was looking for. Jab continues to play mid-range strategies. Dog gets punished for this one.
Yeah, Dog's hand did not look great this game as well.
Yeah, I mean, spending a lot of time drawing cards and, you know, really nothing in the mid-game to freeze the board off. No Blizzards, no Frostovas, nothing like that.
Yeah, he really didn't have any way to couple, you know, a freezing effect with his Doomsayers. Not getting a Doomsayer to ever trigger in this match was what killed him here. He got them in play, but they got silenced and attacked, and he never got value off that card.
I'd love to see what his hand was, but unfortunately a client issue has prevented that from happening. But, you know, you guys can see the full recap for this game. If you head over to pvplive.net, you can see everything they actually did in the game, which is a very important thing to be looking at. Full stats breakdowns, recaps, everything you need to know about this match that happened. But, you know, Dog just absolutely got blown out in that game. The pressure at every step of the way.
Yeah, Jab just got him in every single way possible, had the silence for the early Doomsayer, and then even could just sweep up the second one in there. Ties up the series, you're back in it.
I've been in it since the beginning. I don't know what you're talking about. But these guys are now making changes to their decks. That's the HPL format. They can change anything they want at any time. They are not shackled into playing a specific lineup. And when we come back, game number 3 is going to be getting underway. One of these guys is going to take a lead in this series. Don't go anywhere, guys. You're watching Hearthstone on PvP Live.